Okay guys, in this video we're going to try to look at some examples here of different quadrilaterals and find the area. So first here, we have this quadrilateral ABCD. It looks like three sides are congruent. These two are right angles. So with that information we can fill in the gaps that these two are also right angles. Okay. We also know that this must be congruent. So this is actually going to be a square. Okay, so we know that BD is 5, and we need to find the area. So we don't know the side lengths, but we know that this could be, let's say, x and x. Okay. So we know that by Pythagorean Theorem, we know that 2x squared, so x squared plus x squared equals 5 squared. So this equals 25. Okay. So x squared equals 25 over 2. All right. And so actually, that's what we're looking for, right? So again, Pythagorean theorem says x squared plus x squared, which is 2x squared, equals 25. And then I've just divided by 2, but we know that x squared is actually our area because side times side is our area. So we can just simply, this is going to be 12.5. Okay, so that's going to be our answer. All right, here we have a rectangle. Well, we need to check it's a rectangle. We have two parallel sides. We have 3 right angles, so we know that this must be a right angle as well. So it is in fact a rectangle. And we need to know, we know the area is length times width. Okay, so we don't know the length of this or the height. So the area, well, we need to figure this out. So again, we can use Pythagorean theorem. Hopefully you guys know that this is a special triangle. By now you should, hopefully see patterns developing. This is actually going to be 12. Okay, and so let me just do that out for you. You have 5 squared plus, we don't know what this is, x squared equals 13 squared. So 25 plus x squared equals 169. So x squared equals 144. And so that's where we get that. Okay. So that's going to be 12. And so 12 times 5, area is going to be 60 units squared. And let me write units squared here as well. Okay. So moving on, we have a parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram. And we know that, it's important, just write down your equation. Area of a parallelogram equals base times height, just like just like a rectangle. The question is, what is the base and what is the height? Well, we have a base here. So the base can be 7. And so the height is going to be the perpendicular distance between this line and the line across from it. So the perpendicular distance. So we're given this is 5 and this is 3, but we don't know what h is. Okay, and again, hopefully you recognize Pythagorean theorem here, and hopefully you see this as a special triangle. This is 3, 4, 5 triangle. Okay, so h is going to equal 4. Right? And again, quickly, if you don't recognize that, we have 3 squared plus h squared equals 5 squared. So this is going to be 9 plus h squared is 25. 9 h squared, 25. And then if we subtract 25 minus 9, so 16 equals h squared. So h will be 4. So it really helps if you start to recognize 5, 12, 13, 3, 4, 5. Those will pop up a lot, or scale factors of those. So like 6, 8, 10, or 10, 24, 26. Those kinds of problems are really put in books a lot to try to help you guys. So anyway, we know that this is 4 times, base times height is the area. So 4 times 7 is going to be our area. So the base is 7, the height is 4. Sorry, the height is, let me rewrite this as 4. Okay, so that equals 28 units squared. Okay. Moving on up here, we have, this looks like a trapezoid. So we have a right angle here we need to know that these are, in fact, parallel in order for it to be a trapezoid. So now this is a trapezoid. We want to know the area of this. And so we're actually given the area. Okay, we know that 56 meters squared, 56 meters squared equals, and recall the area of a trapezoid. The area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times, base 1 plus base 2 times 1/2 times h. Okay, so what information do we have here? All right, so 56 equals base 1 plus base 2 is 3 plus x times 1/2 times 7. Okay, so now we just simplify. This is going to be 7 halves. So 7 halves, 56, equals 7 halves, 3 plus x. All right. So to get rid of that 7 halves, we multiply both sides by 2 sevenths times 2 sevenths. Okay. So over here, 56 times 2 sevenths, we can reduce that to, what is that? This would be 1 and 8. So it's 16. 16 equals 3 plus x. So x equals 13. All right. So that's how we get that. Okay. Moving on to our kite. All right. This is a kite. And again, we should know that because we have a right angle here, and we have all of these side lengths are given. Sorry, all of these inside diagonal sections are given. And if this is one right angle, then that means these are all, you know, like by Pythagorean Theorem, this would also be 5 if this is 3 and 4. Just like this triangle's 3 and 4. So we know this is a kite. Kite's area, okay, so kite's area equals d1 times d2 times 1/2. So d1, it doesn't matter what d1 or d2 is, but we'll say this is d1. That's going to be 3 plus 7 is 10. So 10 times 4 plus 4 is 8 times 1/2. Okay, so that's 80. 80 times 1/2. 80 times 1/2 equals, area equals 40 units squared. All right. Our last problem here, we have a rhombus. How do I know it's a rhombus? Because all 4 sides are congruent. Okay. Now, that's the definition of a rhombus, and we know that rhombi, their diagonals intersect in a right angle. We also know that rhombi, that the diagonals bisect each other. Okay. If rhombi's diagonals bisect each other, then if this is 3, we know that this is 3, and if this is 4, we know that this is 4. Okay. With that, we can use the same formula. Area equals 1/2 d1 times d2. So area equals 1/2 of d1 is going to be 8 times 6. And that equals 8 times 6 is 48. Half of 48 is 24 units squared. So hopefully this gave you guys a decent idea of where and how area of quadrilateral formulas are used. I really encourage you guys not just to memorize the formulas, but to try to understand where they come from. And then when you get to a test or something, then you don't need to be cramming. You just sort of, you know, show what you know and use that to sort of solve these problems. So hopefully you guys learned a great deal throughout this video. Thanks for watching.